Hello, my friends, and happy Thursday evening. It's been getting a little cooler every day. We have even had a few flurries. So, not that I'm hoping for snow. In fact, I would be happy to put off snow, but I don't think it's up to me. But today we are going to be making some very pretty, very sparkly snowflakes, and it's never too early to start on our holiday projects. Even though we haven't even celebrated Halloween yet. In fact, it is next week, so if you are not quite ready for Halloween, we still have a few Halloween spiders left, but today is not about that. So today is about the pretty, sparkly snowflakes, which are so very easy to make, and I love making these. So I do a different variation of these every year. You may remember some of them from previous years, and they make the cutest holiday gifts. Everybody that I've ever given them to has been so very happy. They can be on your tree, they can be in your window, they can hang from a light fixture or chandelier, which is one of my favorite ways to display them. And the other thing I like to do is include them as part of like a festive packaging. So that always looks really amazing. So this is what they look like, and we are going to make the really, really sparkly crystal AB with a little silver snowflake today.
Fonda says, good evening, everyone.
Hi, Fonda. Good evening.
Dara says, good evening, everyone.
Hi, Dara. Thanks for joining us.
Lisa says, hello.
And hello, Lisa.
Ellen says, hi, Irina and everyone.
Hi, Ellen.
Jane says, looks like fun. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Jane. It is so much fun. It's as fun to make as it is to actually display in your house. And probably even more fun than that is to give it as a gift.
Lona says, hi, all.
Hi, Lola.
Lona.
Oh, Lona.
And she adds, so excited for this.
Oh, yay. Very good. Thank you.
Trudy says, hi, all.
Hi, Trudy. So before we get started, I would love to talk a little bit about the forms, the snowflake forms. So these come in different sizes. They're made out of the very, very hard memory wire. You may be familiar with memory wire as a bracelet. But this is in the form of a snowflake, and it just makes it so very easy to make a pretty sparkly ornament. So this is what you have to be aware of. Please do not use your regular cutter on the memory wire. Don't use your regular cutter on memory wire of any kind. And for this particular project, you really don't have to use a cutter at all. So if you don't have a memory wire cutter, no worries. This is not a project that you will need one. But if you are, let's say you're making a bracelet, you need to cut your wire, please make sure that you use a cutter that is intended for memory wire. We do have them in the Etsy shop, but again, you don't need it for this project.
Angela says, good evening.
Hi, Angela. Good evening. So we are going to get started. And one thing that I'm going to point out as we get going. So literally what they did here is welded 3 pieces of wire. So they try to get as close to the center of each piece as possible as they create them. However, some of the wire may be off by just a couple of millimeters. So if you are really tempted to make the loops exactly the same, I guess it's possible, but really, those couple of millimeters are never really going to make a difference. If I did not tell you about this, you would never really know to look for slightly larger loops and slightly smaller loops, right? So it's just not going to make a difference.
Katie S. says, good evening, all.
Hi, Katie, and thanks for joining us.
Barb says, good evening, everyone.
And hello, Barb.
Fonda says, I made a spider web from the snowflake form to go with my Halloween spiders.
Oh, good job. Good job. I would love to see it. Maybe you could share it with us. You know, I've been thinking, actually for years now, I've been thinking how fun it would be to make a spider web with one of these. And I would love to see what you did.
Betty says, hello, you guys.
Hi, Betty.
CD says, hi, everyone.
And hello, CD. I'm so glad you guys are joining us for the snowflake. I think it's just such a fun little project. It just makes you feel good to make it. So this is what we're doing. We are going to replicate this crystal and silver snowflake. I don't know how it looks on camera, but in person, it's like the sparkliest one, and it's just so very fun. Okay, so we are going to start stringing. And you know, whenever I introduce this type of a project to somebody who is really new to beading, they always want to put all of the beads on and then start making loops. But it does not work like that. These arms are very, very smooth. It's very smooth wire. And your beads will just slide very, very easily. So it's truly impossible to work on more than one leg at a time. So I'm going to be making one at a time, and I will just point out that even if you feel like doing a little redesign and maybe doing something a little different with the order of beads, or maybe you want to design your own. We actually have these bare wire forms in the Etsy shop. So maybe you want to design your own, but make sure you always start with the little tiny bicones. So these bicones are about 3 millimeters. And the next bead that I'm stringing is a little faceted drop. And then I'm just going to follow the same pattern I have on my original one. And I'm going to string the really chunky and fun faceted teardrop. And then I have another little silver drop and another large teardrop, the crystal AB teardrop. And this is all there is to one arm. And you don't quite see the pattern until you've made multiples, but this is what's going to happen. It's like there's a little tiny snowflake on the inside of the big snowflake. So we are making a pattern.
Mary says, hello, beautiful designs. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday at the Twin Cities Bead Bazaar.
Hi, Mary. Oh, I am so glad you mentioned that because I actually meant to talk about our events. So thank you so much. In the meantime, I will be making a loop. So, and we'll talk in a little bit about making loops with these. But in the meantime, we are so looking forward to the Madison Bead Bazaar. I'm sorry, Minneapolis Bead Bazaar. I misspoke because actually we are doing an event in Madison as well, 2 weeks from this weekend. So this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, please come see us at the Minneapolis, at the Twin Cities Bead Bazaar. And the weekend of November 12th and 13th, we are going to be in Madison. So if anybody's watching us from Madison or Madison area, Well, first of all, let me know, where are you guys watching from? We haven't done this in a while, where everybody talks where they're watching from. But anyway, I do hope you come see us in Madison as well. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same pattern. And I know you guys noticed that I just used a crimper to close my loop. And you know, to be honest, I don't remember ever doing this in any of my other videos, unless I don't remember. I may have, I guess. So again, I'm just going to make a loop. And did you notice I am skipping every other leg? So I start with one, I skip one, then I go to the next one. And as usual, whenever we make loops, we do bend the wire to a 90-degree angle or close to a 90-degree angle. And now I'm just going to use my round nose pliers to make a loop. And so I start the loop. Can you guys see my loop? So I start the loop. So there's my loop. And it is memory wire. It is made out of steel. So it's a little bit hard to close. If you are having a difficult time, please go get your crimper and just use the oval opening. So not the kidney bean shaped opening, but the oval opening on your crimper, and it makes it so very easy. So on this next leg, I'm going to show you exactly how I hold it.
Lona is watching from Dallas, Fort Worth.
Oh, fantastic.
And Diane says watching from Madison.
Yay! Are you gonna come see us, Diane, in Madison? And I do have a question for Lona in Fort Worth. Do you have snow? I don't know. I've never been. No, Tony is shaking his head, but I bet you do sometimes. I bet you do. But I don't know. You tell me. I would love to know. Okay, so here is the same pattern, and you're starting to see a little bit of that snowflake starting to come together. So again, I'm just going to bend the wire, and as you bend the wire, make sure you don't bend it right next to the bead. Leave like maybe a millimeter. In fact, I will be sure to show you exactly how much space I leave as I bend the wire. And again, I only start the loop with my round nose pliers, and then I switch to my crimper. So you see how I'm just holding the crimper in that little oval opening, and this is like the perfect tool to close these loops. It works so great. So did you figure out why I do the first 3 legs first? I will show you. Because unless you have really teeny tiny bicones for the very center of the snowflake, sometimes, let's say you're working with slightly larger bicones, or maybe you have rounds. If you actually have small enough bicones where they're all going to sit pretty much at the same level, I guess. But if you had a slightly larger bead, so we'll just use our imagination, and I'll grab one of these little teardrops. So you can see the teardrop is just a tiny bit larger, and it's going to make a little space between the teardrop and the very center of the snowflake. So if you're using slightly larger beads, it's always safer to go with skipping every other leg, so that as you make the 3 remaining legs, those are going to be just slightly out, but you still retain the symmetry of the snowflake. So that's, you know, that's something we love of the snowflake, about the snowflake, is the that very precise pattern that is so recognizable and so iconic. So that's why I suggest that you start with every other leg.
Lona says very rarely. to the snow question.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it is not like a common occurrence, but I thought you might.
Fonda says right down the road from you in New Berlin.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, actually, I knew that, Fonda. Yes.
Lisa says Portland, Oregon.
Oh, very nice. I love Portland.
Lona says originally from Kansas, so I'm good not getting a ton of snow and ice.
I hear you. Oh my gosh, I am not looking forward to the real snow. As much as I love these little sparkly snowflakes, the real stuff is just not as fun.
Fonda says thank you for that wonderful tip to use your crimper to close the loop.
Oh, you're very welcome, Fonda. It is my pleasure. I hope it works for you.
Dara says watching from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. You know what? I love Pennsylvania too. I actually have cousins in Pennsylvania.
Katie says, I just want to comment that the medium and large wubbers are great for making ornament hooks.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And so I am kind of thinking about this this project as like a little preview for all of our holiday projects. And I will definitely be doing more ornaments, and I will be sure to make some ornament hooks on video and show you. I do have a video for ornament hooks, so you guys can find it. You know, we do archive all of our videos, so you can find all sorts of fun things. But certain things I do come back to year after year, and I usually reinvent them a little bit, so it's never exactly the same. But yes, if you don't want to wait for the next video on ornament hooks, just find the one that we have. I don't quite know how to find it, but maybe Lauren will have a link to the ornament hooks video.
She is looking for it.
Oh, fantastic. Lauren is awesome. She always finds everything.
Karen says, I'm originally from Florida. Now I live in Maryland.
Oh, wow. That's unusual, Karen. Usually everybody moves to Florida, right? And you moved from Florida.
Diane says, yes, I will see you in Madison at your trunk show there.
Oh, fantastic. Tell your friends. This is our very first one. And I have to tell you, we have a lot of fun things planned for this trunk show. You are, in fact, oh my gosh, I should tell you this. All right, I hope this is amazingly tempting. But your free make and take in Madison for anybody who shows up to our very first Madison trunk show is going to be, I don't know which one yet. Maybe it'll be a choice, but maybe it'll just be one of these. But it'll be a free make and take. So it'll be one of these little snowflakes, and you can make one right there at the trunk show. We'll have a table for you to work at, and if you've never done this before, I will help you. I'll have tools for you. It'll be great fun, and we'll have some other goodie bags. And oh yes, this is to the first 50 people who come to the Madison Trunk Show. So I hope you guys come. It'll be fun.
Karen says, I love the seasons. We didn't have them in Florida.
Yes, the seasons are so beautiful. I have a really fun seasonal project for next week. I'm very, it's like fall is just so amazing. And, I get a little wistful about it being over soon. So, okay, fine. I'll just do a quick preview of my very fallish project. So this is for next week. So this is very much out of my normal order, but this is a lariat that I called Falling Leaves, and we'll be doing this next Friday. What do you think? So yes, all of this is not entirely chronological. Normally we would be doing the Falling Leaves project first because it's still fall. But I know that some people really love to get a little jump start on the holiday project, so a little head start. And so this way you have one holiday project, but I have multiple variations of this. And so this way you can just kind of get into that holiday mood and get started and kind of pace yourself as you make your beautiful handmade gifts.
Katie S. says, love those carved leaves.
Oh, thank you so much, Katie. Yes, they're very, very special.
Fonda says, very beautiful. Can't wait to see the demo next week.
Awesome. Thank you, Fonda. So in the meantime, ladies, because we are leaving first thing after tomorrow's video, and we're driving to Minneapolis, we're super excited. We're excited about the show, and our son goes to school in Minneapolis, so of course we're so excited to see him. Oh yes, I know where I was going with this. So normally the piece that I'm working on is listed later, but actually everything is in the Etsy shop as of right now. So I will just show you. So the little snowflakes are all in the Etsy shop. And this is the smaller size, right? This is the smaller size of the snowflake. There are 3 colors. And the smaller snowflake is about 3.5 inches across. And once it's done, it starts out a little larger when it's just the bare wire. But once you make the loops, it's about 3.5 inches or so. And then the larger snowflakes, again, there are 3 different choices, 3 different colorways of the larger snowflakes. And these are about 4 inches across once they're made. Just to give you a little bit of an idea. Plus, also you can see them against my hand, and you can get a really good idea of the size. They're a nice size. And you know, they're a nice size for an ornament, they're a nice size for a sun catcher, or again, I love putting these on a gift package or a gift bag. I'll just tie them with a little piece of raffia to the gift bag, and it just makes it really pretty and really festive. And if you can think of other ways to use them, you let me know. Okay, and so I believe we are done with the demo. So now I'm just going to do a little show and tell, and I will preview everything that is coming up. So actually I'm just going to leave these right here because they're sparkly and fun to look at. So as I mentioned, we are doing the falling leaves lariat. So this is I love this colorway. It's just so fallish, and I called it Sunny Day in October. Or maybe October Sunny Day. I don't know. Something like that.
Trudy says, love that it's on leather too.
Oh, thank you so much, Trudy. Yes, it is on leather. And I love this leather. It is variegated. So if you see kind of the darker brown and the lighter brown, it's actually all one piece of leather. It makes it really special. There is some subtle variegation. But wait, there's more. So tomorrow, this is not entirely chronological, but that's okay. So tomorrow, we'll be making the gemstone drops necklace. And I really love how this turned out. This actually is very, very me. I love layering my jewelry. And so something like this, I would probably wear a little shorter, although you have the option of making it longer. So again, this is the gemstone drops necklace, and this is tomorrow's project. So tomorrow, Friday, October 28th, at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, And this is going to be on the Eclectica page, so I can't wait to show you how to do this. And this is a slightly different look. I have not made anything like this before, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a little chain in the center and to have my little drops hanging from the chain. It just kind of breaks up the beads and makes it look very contemporary and very fun. And then on Thursday, so this is next week, we are going to be making Spirea blooms, and this is Thursday, November 3rd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on my page, which is the page you're on right this moment. So I called it Spirea, of course, because of that little tiny flower. I love the little flower. I was going to call it Forget Me Not, but I just had a project that I called Forget Me Not. It's a bracelet too. And so this one is Spirea because I love Spirea. It's one of my favorite things in my yard.
Amy says very pretty.
Thank you so much, Amy.
And Barb is wondering, how are the wires and the form attached together?
Oh, thank you for asking, Barb. You might want to actually re-watch the very beginning where I show just the bare wire. I don't have another one to show you, not here with me, but it is welded. So it's welded together right here, right in the center. And it's like just a little tiny weld spot, so it's not like it takes away from anything. It's really clean and very nicely done.
Allie says good evening, cute snowflakes.
Thank you so much, Allie, and good evening. And all right, so last but not least, what didn't I show? Oh no, I guess I did show you all of the preview pieces, right? You saw the falling leaves necklace, you saw the Spirea bracelet, and you saw my little drops necklace, the gemstone drops. So this is one of the versions, and this is the other one. So you'll have to watch tomorrow to see how this is done.
CD says, ooh, luscious.
Thank you so much, CD. So we have lots of different colorways. We have, again, 3 of the large colorways, and we have 3 of the small. And they're kind of buried under all my other projects. So I guess we'll just, well, you saw them already. And if you want to visit them again, they're in the Etsy shop. So unless you have questions or comments, this was kind of a short video, right? I don't know how that happened.
Allie says the gemstone drops are beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much, Allie. I'm so glad you like them. Do you have a favorite colorway? And do you guys have a favorite colorway in the snowflake? So there are going to be 2 colorways tomorrow. So this one I called Mediterranean. So this is not quite seasonal, but I don't know, maybe I was inspired. We just scheduled a Mediterranean cruise. It's not for a while yet, but maybe that was my inspiration for the color. And then I have the earth tones. So this is the earth tone colorway. And actually, I believe both of these are in the Etsy shop already. So the video is tomorrow morning, and everything is already listed.
Fonda says, have a fun and safe trip.
Thank you so much, Fonda. It should be a good trip. I think the weather is going to be nice, right? Today was a beautiful sunny day, even though it's getting a little cold.
It's going to be in the mid-60s.
Oh my gosh, in the mid-60s. That's awesome, because today was like 50.
Allie says, I like the earth tones.
Yeah, me too. Well, although, I don't know. For this one, I actually don't know which one my favorite is, but I love the earth tones too. I guess I'm just kind of an earth tone sort of girl.
Betty says, I like the earth tones. And Trudy says, earth tones I love.
Oh, good. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. All right. Well, I guess it is that time. So I hope you join me tomorrow morning for the gemstone drops, and have a wonderful and creative evening. And I guess somebody, yeah.
Katie S. says, Madison is such a fun city. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much, Madison. I'm sorry.
Katie.
Thank you so much, Katie. I guess it's been a long day, but thank you so much. So just to be sure, it's in 2 weeks. Madison is in 2 weeks, and Minneapolis, the Minneapolis show, is the one we're driving to tomorrow. But I hope you guys come and see us, whichever you're closest to. So come see us in Minneapolis, and then in 2 weeks, come see us in Madison. All right, so again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your wonderful comments. Have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow morning.